Trump just told Republicans to release the Epstein files, but also, wouldn't you know it, a new investigation that he ordered might be the thing that blocks them from coming out. And then also, I guess there's a tiny, technically non-zero chance that Trump once serviced Bill Clinton.
So it seems Donnie found out that all of his fans are burning all of their MAGA stuff.
I don't buy this 180 at all. I think it's PR. I think that he's hearing from the MAGA base, who he usually really has his finger on the pulse of what they care about, and he realizes this is out of control. He can't convince them to not care about it. But to Sonny's point, he has the authority to direct the DOJ to release everything they have. He doesn't need this discharge petition. He doesn't need a vote in Congress.
He could have done it last term.
So it's purely hoping that some of his followers are going to be like, oh, no, see, he does want to release the files. And the reason that I think this is sticking, which I've gone back and forth, will Epstein matter? Will it not? But it's because it hits to the core of what got Trump into power. Drain the swamp. So many of his followers thought he was going to take on the powerful and the politically connected. And by not releasing this, not leaning into full transparency, he seems like he's protecting those very people.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to It's Noella. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. You won't believe what just happened. Finally, Trump just say he told Republicans to vote in favor of releasing Epstein list. But there is but. Many people, especially white people, they're like, nah, trust me, there's something behind this. He's planning something, because until yesterday, he was against releasing this files, email, and whatever. What's changed about that, guys? So let's dive in. The credit goes to the owner of the videos. I'll be back with more commentary.
For months, Trump has been calling the Epstein stuff a Democrat hoax.
Because it's a Democrat hoax. The whole thing is a hoax. This is a Democrat hoax.
But now, he's on True Social saying House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. So which is it, Donald? Is it a hoax, or do you have nothing to hide? Here's what's actually happening. The House now has enough Democrat and Republican votes for a discharge petition to force the release of these files. Trump was about to lose this fight. So suddenly, miraculously, he's all about transparency. That's called damage control. He's trying to get ahead of something that's happening with or without him. But here's a really damning part. Trump doesn't need House Republicans to do anything. He controls the Department of Justice. He can order Attorney General Bondi and FBI Director Patel to release those files right now, today, this afternoon. But instead, he's calling on Congress to do it. That's like having the keys to your own house, but asking your neighbor to break in for you. And why is he asking Congress to do this? Because when the moment comes, Bondi will say, there's an ongoing investigation. We can't disclose this. And Trump will back her up, which is highly convenient because he's the one who asked her to open the investigation in the first place. What a coincidence. We've seen this exact playbook 100 times. And here's a terrifying question. Has Trump already ordered Bondi and Patel to destroy some of these files? They've had access since January. What have they been doing for the past 10 months? Here's what's actually happening. Trump is performing transparency while orchestrating a cover-up. He's making a big show of supporting the release now that it's inevitable, so he can look like the hero while his Justice Department quietly buries the most damaging parts. It's the oldest trick in the authoritarian playbook. When you're about to lose, pretend you wanted it all along. Trump says he doesn't care about Epstein. He only cares about the economy, affordability, and reducing inflation. Cool. Then release the files today and let's move on. Oh wait, you can't, because you never actually wanted them released. You wanted to use them as a political weapon, dangle them as leverage, and ultimately bury them when they threaten people like you. And if nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive, why did your Justice Department arrest him? Why did he die in federal custody? Why are there files at all? The cover-up isn't coming. The cover-up is here. It's happening right now in real time while Trump pretends he's been pushing for transparency all along. This isn't about Democrats or Republicans. This is about accountability. Hold everyone accountable, Democrats and Republicans. And you're actively destroying it while trying to take credit for it.
So it seems Donnie found out that all of his fans are burning all of their MAGA stuff. Because now he's posting on his True Social that Congress should release all the Epstein files. He never does anything out of the goodness of his heart, so there is a play here. Now, I'm a little giddy about this because if he does in fact encourage Congress to pass this through, we don't have to worry about the supermajority. He's implying that he's not going to override it. Which again brings me back to, I'm guessing it's going to be redacted. We're not going to find anything about Trump, and we're not going to find anything about any Republicans whatsoever because there's going to be a lot of black lines. Keep in mind the DOJ is the one who is going to release the files, and they have control over what is going to be redacted. I'm not so giddy anymore. But if you know of a way like around this where the DOJ doesn't have control over the documents anymore, like if there's some sort of outside body of government or non-government that could take over or oversee the process so that the DOJ, aka Trump's hench people, don't have control over it, that would be super cool to be educated about. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, guys, with this lady, she said like maybe there's even more things he's hiding, because the way he tries so long to protect this one, can you imagine he even let it make a problem between him and his supporter? That means there's something bigger than we think. Maybe not, this is not about being on Epstein list. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe they say he's a partner. Maybe he was I don't know, the owner. I don't know. It's just maybe, guys. We are not sure, but what people say is like maybe there's something more than we never thought, because we know his supporter will just look past this, but there's something he knows that they will not accept his hiding. The second things, what do you think about his change of heart? Let me know what you think. Let's watch. I'll be back.
Hey guys, happy Monday. I have been sitting here thinking all weekend, like, what is Trump doing? Why is he all of a sudden like flipping the script, right? And then I was like, oh, that's what he's doing. So I want to tell you what I think he's doing and then give you a couple things to keep an eye out for. And if you see these things happening, you're going to be like, that's what she said. They're going to vote for it knowing full well that he's just going to pocket veto it. So here's what I think is going to happen, the timeline. Tomorrow on the 18th, they're going to vote in the House. They're going to get their 218 signatures, and likely well more than that for the reasons that I'm saying. Okay, and guys, I'm not saying that there aren't certain Republicans that are getting on board here because they think that it's the right thing to do. I'm saying there are a lot of them that I think you're going to see sign on to it because of this political cover here. Okay, so they're going to sign it, right? Tomorrow, they're going to vote. And then it'll go from there to the Senate, all right? So when it goes to the Senate, my guess, if you see the Senate really slow walking it, like genuinely slow walking it, and they'll say things like, well, we really have to focus on the budget, right? Because of the slowdown, they'll point the shutdown, they'll point back and say, well, we really have to get these things nailed down, this, that, and the other. All right, so they'll slow walk it right up until the 18th. They'll pass it, and then it'll land on the president's desk. But because they go into their end of year, I think it's called like sign die or whatever. Basically, it just means their end of year. So they close on 19 December. They don't come back until the 3rd of January. 15 days. Perfect window. He pocket vetoes it. Why does this work for everybody? The Republicans get political cover because they can say, well, we voted for transparency. Like, we voted to release the files. And Trump, you can't accuse him of vetoing it outright, like signing it, right? He's not going to veto it. He's just going to pocket veto it, which means that it quietly dies. So that means that HR 4405, which is the E-Files Transparency Act, okay? That's the thing that's going through the House tomorrow for the signatures. That particular version of the bill, it's dead. You have to start all over again. You got to come up with a whole new bill. You got to get a whole nother 218 signatures. It has to go back to this. You see what I'm saying? And they can just slow walk this thing right past the midterms. Anyway, that's what I think is going on. Y'all let me know what you think.
I don't think Republicans are only trying to hide what he's done with just little girls. There is something in that file that Donald Trump does not want anyone on planet Earth to know about. He knows there's something in that file that will end him, especially when their base finds out about it. So what could that possibly be? What's the one thing MAGA conservatives, Christian nationalist conservatives in this country cannot abide? My thing is, they don't care what he does. It's been proven. He said, I can somebody on the steps of the White House and they would still love me. And they said yes. They could be presented with the most clear CCTV, high definition footage of Donald doing the nastiest shit to the most vulnerable victim, and they would still be fine with it. And the ones that aren't fine with it will just say it's AI. They won't believe it. They know that. They're not going through all this trouble to convince their base. They're not going through all this trouble lying about being involved with Epstein and lying about being in the files and lying about what he's done in his house because they are trying to convince them that he's not a child predator. They know they don't fucking care if he's a child predator. So
Yeah, guys, the change of his heart, I think there's more to that. I think they're planning something because only until yesterday he was against this one. Remember the way he called Majority something? He called her lunatic because she kept asking about Epstein list. You remember the way he even called his own supporter who were asking, he called them lunatic, he called them names. So that means actually that means like to change his heart just like that, there's something he's hiding. That means like there's something behind this. That means there's something they're doing. That means there's something they're planning. But let's wait to see. It's only on Tuesday, guys. Let's wait and see. But so far, let me know what you think. But this change is too suspicious for me. That's what people say. So what do you think? Personally, what do you think about all this change? Like, oh, now vote in favor of that. Many people are saying, let me update you on what people are thinking. Many people are saying maybe it's because he knows that we say no, so he said, like, I did my part, you see, guys, because he don't even need anyone approval. He can even release the list right now without voting. We all know that. Why is he going in long way when there is easy way? Think about it. Or other people, they has this theory that maybe they already erased his name everywhere and now they're ready to show people the fake one. The three people say maybe this is they're planning something we don't know. We have to sit and wait. That's why I think personally, let's wait and see on Tuesday. And so far, let me know what you think. Kindly subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. I will see you next one as always. Bye.